The detached buttonhole stitch is a great way to fill in a space but still show what's underneath it and gives kind of this lace-like effect. To start, we need to outline our shape with the back stitch. You could also use the chain stitch, the stem stitch, kind of any stitch that has short little stitches in there that you can hook onto. After we've outlined, we come up right towards the bottom, just by the side outer edge of my first back stitch here. Come on up. Now I'm going to hold my thread kind of in front of this row of back stitches, and I slide my needle underneath my back stitch and over my working thread here. And pull it on through. Oh, don't get your thread caught on your hoop. There we go. So we make a little bit of a link here. Now I'm going to repeat all the way across. So I go underneath my next back stitch, over my working thread, and pull that on through. Under, over, tug. And if you want a more tightly filled in space, you could do multiple stitches within your back stitch. So I'm just going once under here, but I could do another one in there if I wanted to have it more filled in. But we're just going to stick with the one for now. All right, so I'm at the end of my row here. So now I need to bring my needle back down just on the outside edge of my back stitch. And then I want to come up to my next back stitch along the outer edge here. And now I need to link this row into the row I just stitched. So I'm going to hold my thread across, and I'm going to go underneath the loop of my last buttonhole stitch and over my working thread and pull that on through. Now I'm going to repeat all the way across again. So under, over, tug, under, over, tug, under, over, tug, and last one on this row, under, over, tug here. And then just like the other side, I'll go back down just on the outer edge of my back stitch there and repeat to fill in my shape. So find the loop of that last buttonhole stitch and then go over my working thread. And we'll keep going here, just working our way across. I used one color to outline my shape and then another to fill in. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to make it easier to see where the buttonhole stitches were versus the back stitched outline. There we go. Go back down here. My other two examples here and here use the same color for the outline and the fill, so you won't see that additional color on them like you do with this stitch that I'm sampling here. But I'm working on our next row here. We want to make sure always just to catch the loop and not any of the fabric here when we go through our buttonhole stitch. This stitch will be loose underneath and only attached around the outer edge here. Oh, thread's getting a little tangled. There we go. As you can see, I can put my finger underneath all of that. So let's keep going as we fill in our shape. And if it's a little easier, you can also flip your needle around and use the eye of the needle. It's blunter, so it'll help you or prevent from splitting up those threads there too. Sometimes when it gets nice and tight in there, that's really helpful to do. Yep, find our loop and our next loop there. All right, I think we have one more to go across, and then we will close up our shape here. And that will look just a smidge different. Oopsies. Catching on my fabric again. Down. All right, now that we're on our last row, we come up along that outer edge again. And this time, we want to go under our loop, under our back stitch, and over our working thread. So we can close up our shape here. Grab my needle, there we go. And then we'll repeat. Grab our loop, grab our back stitch, and then go over our working thread here. And then pull our needle on through. You can see this is also kind of pulling up my buttonhole stitch a little bit to fill in that space more. So under my loop, under my back stitch, and then pull that through as we go over the working thread. Under, over, pull through, and last one here, under, there we go, and over my working thread to pull through. And then to close this up, I'm just going to do a short little stitch right along that outer edge like so. And that is our buttonhole fill stitch or detached buttonhole stitch.